Hi, it's Amy.
And it's Tim from GoWithLess. Welcome to our channel. We have a lot of updates to share. Specifically, we're going to give you guys some updates on what's going on with our nomadic plans. And our life is very busy at the moment, so we're going to give you some details on what's happening there.
It is more exciting than I think I can handle.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, we're going to share all that with you today. We come out with a new video every single Wednesday. Please make sure to subscribe down below. And with that, let's get started.
We'll start with an update on who we are and what we've got going on. We retired in 2015 in our late 40s, and we're about to launch our plans to be full-time nomads. We're selling our home and we're hitting the road.
Yeah, and the video that we most recently shared our nomadic plans several weeks ago, we announced that we were going to kick off our adventure in Southeast Asia. Well, thanks to our community and an experience in Merida, Mexico, we have changed our plan.
We have, and the primary reason that Merida pushed us down this change of plans is it was hot in Mexico. We were really cold in Colorado this entire winter, so we were really looking forward to getting away from the cold. We were looking forward to some heat. However, we realized we don't want to be in 100-degree weather either.
Yeah, it was 100 degrees and humid and sunny. It was we melted. So what we've realized is we don't want to be colder than 50 degrees Fahrenheit or hotter than, I think, 85. I think you're 80.
I think we're moving down. Yeah, exactly.
Tim wants it to be 72 degrees.
I think so, at all moments. Maybe a little chillier. It's actually 75 in the house right now, a little hot. So.
Yeah, so maybe 72 is your
maybe
exact.
72,
yes, he wants the exact and all over the world. So that means that we are going to be adapting our plan.
Yep, we're not exactly sure where we're going to land, but we found a resource that basically directs us to where it's the best time of the year from a weather perspective to be at certain places. So we're going to build a roadmap to where we're going to be. We don't know, though. And
we've seen a lot of U.S. maps that say, like, here's the road trip to get 75 degrees every day. We want the world map. So if you know a resource that is the world, that's what we want.
Well, actually, we found a resource. There's a document online.
Yeah,
it's
like an
a book
encyclopedia.
that says, in this city, here's the right time to be here for the best weather in this specific location. And it actually ranks cities. So that is a great resource that we found.
Well, when we have time, Tim is going to put that together and just spend like 100 or so hours figuring that out, right?
Well, it's not, but weather isn't the only thing that's going to factor into our decision in terms of where we want to be. For instance, one of the best places that this place said you might want to be is Santa Barbara, California. We would love to be in Santa Barbara, California if we could afford to be in Santa Barbara. We can't. And so we're looking for a variety of metrics that we're going to put together that are going to say, it has great weather, it's affordable, it has great resources for entertainment, things like that.
And this is just for traveling. So we're doing slow travel in our near future. This isn't settling down and becoming expats, not quite yet. We're just going to be exploring the world. We just want to do it with one suitcase of like normal weather clothing. We don't want to have to pack for all seasons in this one small suitcase. Plus, we are done with the cold. We're done with the heat. We want it just nice and pretty.
Yep. So I guess something that I would be interested in is what other folks think about. Well, what are the things? What are the qualifiers you would have if you have the world of options, which we have? We can go to any place in the world pretty much if it's affordable and obviously the weather's going to be nice. What are things you might add to that list in terms of things you would be looking for in a place if you were going to go and be there for a month or two or maybe even 3?
Yeah, so like crime is on there. You said cost of living, food, good food options.
Yep.
Now, you may be wondering why my KitchenAid mixer is over our shoulders here. I went completely crazy and said, let's get rid of all of my kitchen stuff. Anyone on this channel who knows me well knows that I love my kitchen stuff. But it was time, it is time to part with these things because we are going to be selling our home and getting into a storage unit. I'm thinking that our storage unit is going to be like a cargo van. I have kitchen stuff that probably would fill a cargo van. So I'm now getting rid of my KitchenAid mixer as well as a lot of other stuff. And it makes me a little sad to get rid of it, so I'm keeping it nearby so I get a little extra time with it before I say goodbye.
The whole table was covered with kitchen appliances that Amy decided she was going to get rid of. And then we brought them up from our basement, and now they're back in the basement because we're having a dinner party on Friday, and so we have to have the table cleared off. So we have a lot of work ahead of us in terms of getting rid of things. We've actually been through this exercise once before when we moved out of our big house. We got rid of a ton of our stuff, but we still have a lot of stuff that we have to get rid of.
I think here's the difference. In our old house, we got rid of a lot of it to Goodwill. We kept the stuff that we really liked, though. Yeah. So getting rid of stuff you don't really care about at Goodwill, that's great. I'm getting rid of things that I absolutely love. I'm not giving my KitchenAid mixer to the Goodwill. It's not going to happen. It might, period. It is not going to happen. Same with some of my kitchen stuff. So, yep. Yeah, so we brought it all up, and we've talked on the video before about how we only have one table because you only need one table. Well, it turns out this is kind of an interesting thing because now we do need more than one table, but so everything isn't always perfect, and that's okay. And we're going to share like warts and all, but we only have the one table. So I filled up every inch of the table with stuff thinking I posted a whole bunch of things to Craigslist, and not a single person wrote me to buy any of it. And so we have all these people coming over on Friday. We had to move all of it back downstairs again because we only have the one table and our place is small enough. We don't have room to put a massive amount of stuff up here just to stage it and sell it and have it be sitting there, and that's just whatever. So sometimes things don't work out perfectly. Here's one of them. This is one time when we might want a bigger space and another table, but to have it for years for the 1 month is like kind of crazy.
Makes no sense. Like Amy has all these kitchen appliances, I have a bunch of tools out in the garage that I've collected over years and years and years that I don't even use too much now. I use them when I need them, but rarely do I use them. I think that I'm going to potentially overvalue them, and it's going to take me a while to figure out what they're going to look like in terms of value. I think Amy may have the same dilemma with her kitchen appliances. She's looking maybe for top dollar. She might think differently.
Not even
in terms of the items she's looking to get rid of. And so it may take us a little longer to get rid of this stuff in terms of figuring what the market's going to look like for these appliances that are a little bit older.
Here's the thing. If I were online and I saw this stuff being sold, I would buy all of it because I do think it's a really good value and everything is in good shape. So this is going to be an ongoing thing. But it's kind of an idea of like, you don't have to have everything perfect to keep your plan moving. We're also going to talk about, we sold one of our 2 cars.
Yep, we're down to 1 car, and so we're trying to figure out what life is like with 1 car. We had our first, issue yesterday where we both needed to be at different places, and so we figured it out. Amy I took her to where she wanted to go, and then she subsequently found a ride home, and I got to go run my chores, and so we made it work. But having 1 car is definitely a challenge. It's not a huge challenge, but it is something we're having to have to adjust to.
So I think, and we get a lot of comments, I think that people sometimes get hung up on like, well, everything has to be perfect for me to make any kind of change in my life, especially a change like deflating your life or downsizing your home. Like, what happens when I'm hosting Christmas dinner in my home? Well, that's like 1 day a year maybe. So do you need a whole room in your house for 1 day a year that maybe you do or do not host every single year? Well, where we've come to is no, you don't need all that stuff to be perfect all the time. So is it going to be phenomenal that we don't have 2 cars in a very car-dependent location? Not all the time, but we're going to find workarounds. And a friend kindly drove me home yesterday. No big deal. I don't want to take advantage of people and be a mooch, but every once in a while, it's a friend can help, and that's okay.
We'll make it work, yep.
Yeah.
We're often asked here on our channel if we have children. The answer is yes. I have 3 children from a prior marriage, and our children are now all adults, and our daughter is graduating from high school next week.
And we are so proud of her because she went and got 2 jobs the day after graduation. Not only did she get 2 jobs, the jobs are 2 hours away, and she got on a lease with one of her friends who's already up there, and she's going to be living in Vail, Colorado for the summer, and is completely committed to being independent and on her own, which we support completely.
Completely. We're very excited about her and very excited about her journey.
Yeah, we're so proud that she got 2 jobs. Like she hustled that, and it sounds absolutely fantastic for her. But that does allow us some flexibility in our own life.
It does.
Yeah.
With our daughter being launched, there's really no reason for us to be here on the couch in Parker, Colorado. We're looking forward to 3 house sits that we have scheduled this summer.
Yeah. Next week, we are off to New York City, where we're going to be watching a dog. And what's amazing about this sit is that New York is... That's where I'm from. New York is so expensive for us to go back and visit. So to do it on a house sit with a dog is wonderful. What we've realized is that sometimes we prefer house sitting to an Airbnb or hotel. It is not for everybody in all situations. But what's really nice is we'll just get to live back in New York City like I was kind of already there. That's always been my dream, actually, to bring Tim back and live in New York City for like 3 to 6 months. We're only going to be there for 10 days. So it's not 3 to 6 months, but we'll take 10 days, and it's really, really, really amazing to be in New York City rent-free.
Yep, I can't wait. We're also going to do some things. We've been to New York quite a bit, so Amy obviously lived there, so we're going to do some things that are new to both of us as well. We're going to go to Coney Island and just hang around in New York and live like a local.
Yeah, hopefully see some old friends.
Yeah. After New York, we're back in Colorado for roughly 2 weeks, and then we're off to France. Specifically, we're going to a little town that's outside of Grenoble. We'll be there on a cat sit for 2.5 weeks, and then we're off to Italy for roughly 10 days, and then we're back at the same house sit for 3 more weeks, and then back to Colorado for
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, that house sit and Kroll is in the French Alps. This is another area of France that we have not been to yet. I think this is my 7th trip to France. I haven't seen a single street in all of France that hasn't been absolutely beautiful. So I'm really excited. But what Tim mentioned there, in between, we're doing like a vacation in the middle of our house sit, which is really interesting. So we're going to do Airbnbs and hotels and kind of hustle our way doing a busy vacation, come back to the house sit, and it's really nice that we'll just get to chill out at the house sit and kind of the busy of the 10-day Italy, we get to take a load off back at the house sit.
Yep. And then once we're back here in the States, we're only home for 3 days, and then we head off to San Diego for a cat sit, and we're there for how long?
Almost 2 weeks, and that's a repeat. So we've already been there. We're a mile from the beach. It's a wonderful couple, wonderful cats, a wonderful home, a really great situation. So this is the kind of life that we're going to be living starting next year. So I think what I'm most excited about is that this is like a test run of our new life. So we have from the, the end of May, like mid-late May, through mid-August for like those 4 months, we're totally gone for 3 full months of those 4. So it kind of gives us a taste of our life that we're looking to have, kind of like a precursor. And I'm real excited to see how we like that.
Yeah, I can't wait to do all of our travel stuff. As we mentioned at the beginning of the video, though, we are busy right now because we are trying to get rid of stuff and trying to get prepared for doing this full time, which we intend to do sort of, we're kicking into high gear. Actually, we're kicked into high gear now, but come December, we've got to get our house empty and sold.
Yeah, if you have left a YouTube comment in the past 2 or 3 weeks, we were so busy on our trip we just were in Europe. We finally just got over our jet lag yesterday, but I am under I do all the YouTube comments pretty much. Tim does like 2 that are travel hacking out of 1,000, but the rest of them are on me. I have like a tidal wave of comments. So thank you if you have commented. I am planning when I have some time, hopefully at these house sits, to go through those comments. But it turns out that being away from YouTube for 2 weeks, whoa, like good comments and questions, and we really appreciate it. But definitely I got to get kind of unburied, and that's a lesson learned. Yeah.
So between comments and packing and trying to live our life
and volunteering,
we have a lot going on at the moment.
You keep saying that.
Yes, we have a lot going on.
Yeah, there's the update to what's up in our life, and we appreciate you sticking around for the journey and watching with us. What's happening in your life? Do you have any vacations planned for the summer, any travels, maybe any major life events? Put them down below. Eventually, I'm going to get to responding.
Make sure you give our video a thumbs up, and please subscribe below if you haven't already subscribed, and we will see you next Wednesday.
See you later.